Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Waterloo Sunset by the Kinks. This is part of my ongoing series where I'm listening to songs from albums on Rolling Stone's list of the 500 greatest albums of all time. And so this song comes off of album number 478, The Kinks, Something Else by the Kinks. About the album, Rolling Stone says, Something Else was a commercial flop that nearly killed the band, but it shows off Ray Davies' genius for writing about the secret lives of everyday people. Waterloo Sunset is a gorgeous, chilly ballad about a lonely man watching lovers from his window. And we're going to listen to that one here in a sec. Two Sisters celebrates a housewife dancing around her house with curlers in her hair. He's got poetic compassion for all these characters, even as he witnesses their private pain in no return. Afternoon tea and end of the season. So, sounds like it's a normal person's anthem of an album. I don't really know how much I've heard from the Kinks. I recognize the name, and I know I've probably heard a couple songs from them. I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell me like, hey, you probably heard this song because it's their most popular or just most well known or something, right? But I know of the band, and I know I've heard something from them. I just can't put my finger on it in the moment. So anyway, with that, I say we jump right in. Again, this is the Kinks, Waterloo Sunset. Here we go.
30 old river, must you keep rolling, flowing into the night. People so busy, make me feel dizzy, taxi lights shine so bright. But I don't need no friend, as long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset, I am in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window, but chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset time. Waterloo sunset time. Waterloo Station every Friday night. But I am so lazy, don't want to wander, I stay at home at night. But I don't feel afraid, as long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset, I am in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window, but chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset's fine. Waterloo sunset's fine. Millions of people swarming like flies round Waterloo underground. But Terry and Julie cross over the river where they feel safe and sound. And they don't need no friends, as long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset, they are in paradise.
Yeah, well, not half bad, it was fine. Yeah, it was fine. That's maybe the nicest thing I could say about it. Anyway, let's break the song down like we always do, of course, starting with the lyrics. So, There is an about section here for the song itself. It says initially called Liverpool Sunset, but changed to Waterloo Sunset after the Beatles released Penny Lane, their Liverpool stomping ground. A very personal song by Ray Davies. Per his brother Dave, it was like an extract from a diary nobody was allowed to read. Okay, let's see. What have the artists said about the song? Ray and Dave Davies recall the song's evolution. We started ad-libbing vocal parts around the chorus until the song became like a pebble which had been rounded off by the sea. Perfectly smooth. I was embarrassed by how personal the lyrics were. It was like an extract from a diary nobody was allowed to read. Okay, so yeah, there's the quote itself. So, all right. And yeah, I mean, it did seem perfectly polished, right? Like they said, like a pebble in the ocean or in the sea. It felt a little bit too safe. I was hoping for something a little bit more interesting, I feel like. So anyway, let's look at those lyrics. Like I said, dirty old river, must you keep rolling, flowing into the night. People so busy make me feel dizzy. Taxi light shines so bright. But I don't need no friends as long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset. I am in paradise. So perhaps a song kind of a bit about a loner, right? Someone who, I mean, maybe not a loner is not the right word for it, but, someone who just tends to prefer to be alone. Again, say they don't even need friends as long as they can just kind of do what they enjoy doing, go out and maybe enjoy nature or what have you. Every day I look at the world from my window, but chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset's fine. Terry meets Julie, Waterloo Station, every Friday night, but I am so lazy, don't want to wonder, I stay home at night. So again, it definitely feels like a story about an introvert, right? Someone who doesn't really like to go out and socialize as much. But I don't feel afraid as long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset, I am in paradise. And even though they're introverted, they really just find kind of peace and happiness in the simple things, right? Every day I look at the world from my window, but chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset's fine. Millions of people swarming like flies round Waterloo underground, but Terry and Julie cross over the river where they feel safe and sound. And they don't need no friends as long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset. They are in paradise. So these two people, again, maybe they're introverted a bit. Lola is the song I know by the Kinks. Anyway, I was like, hey, I know that song. And End of the Season, I feel like I've heard that one as well. Millions of people swarming like flies around Waterloo underground, but Terry and Julie cross over the river where they feel safe and sound. That one's interesting because it almost sounds like, again, kind of saying swarming like flies. I wonder if they kind of see the general populace of maybe this area as beneath them. When they cross over to the river, they feel safe and sound, maybe like in a nicer neighborhood. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too much into that, but I'm like, that's kind of an interesting way that part is phrased. And they don't need no friends as long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset there in paradise. And so, but also it to me, it's like maybe it's meant to be romantic as well, where it's like they don't need friends as long as they have each other to again enjoy these simple things with. So I'm not too sure. Waterloo sunset's fine. Lyrically, I thought it was kind of interesting, actually. And, I feel like I could relate to it a little bit. I am sort of on the introverted side, I think, most of the time. It's weird because I do a YouTube channel, but I think it's different talking to a camera. Like, I know that there are people on the other side who watch this stuff, I guess, but it's different because I'm not talking to someone, like, directly. I'm talking to a camera, essentially. So it's kind of a different mentality for me. But yeah, as someone who tends to be a little more introverted, again, if I'm reading this the way I think it was written, then yeah, I can kind of relate. So lyrically, I thought it was fine. I give it a thumb up. As far as the instrumentation and the vocals go, I generally enjoyed the vocals. I thought it was pretty harmless, but it sounded fine. I would honestly say the same thing about the instrumentation. It was pretty harmless, pretty tame, but it was fine. I mean, there were some times where I was like, okay, I'm kind of in the groove a little bit. So honestly, not a bad song. Just I wish it was maybe a little bit more interesting personally. So I'll give it a thumb up. But why not? I thought it was fine. As far as replay value goes, it's one of those that I think if it comes on, I might sing along to it. I did kind of enjoy like the way that they sang the chorus with like, but chilly, chilly, the evening time, Waterloo sunset's fine. I don't know, I just really like the way that sounded. So, if it comes on again, I might sing along to it, I might listen to it, but I don't know if this is the kind of song that I really kind of go out and seek out for myself. So, replay value, I'll stay neutral. I won't give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. We'll really have to see. Maybe a second listen will help me out on this one. Regardless, it was a fine song, so looking forward to the next one from them. I'm probably going to do Death of a Clown from this album next. It was just, I noticed on Apple Music that one had kind of a lot of streams, and so we'll listen to that one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you enjoyed the music, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. Not sure if these guys are still around, but, if they are, I'm sure they appreciate the support. And, of course, if you enjoyed what you saw here today, you can follow, subscribe, like the video, comment with your requests. I always take those. You can also check the description to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, or TikTok. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.